What's going on, everybody? My name is Kirby Kwan Jr. and I'm back with yet another haul. Today's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be a tech haul. Although I believe you've probably already seen some of these things on the channel already. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it.
Come again. This is Kirby Kwan Jr. Let's go.
So the first bit of kit I would like to show is inside of this case that it comes with. Something special. It's just a nylon case. It didn't even come with the Caribbean, or actually I put that on there. And it's actually one of these. This is a gray card, and this is supposed to offer some white balance, or offer to get custom white balance. It also has a white side on the side to reflect light, but this is really what I use it for. So essentially the way that you use this is you just hold it up to the camera and cover as much of the frame as possible, and then you just snap a photo of it, right? And then you just go into your camera setting and set up the white balance according to the information from this photo. And then you get more natural in colors. White looks more like white. Your skin tones look a little bit more natural regardless of whatever skin tone you may have. And that's what I got this for, because without the white balance it would look like this. And this is what it looks like without the custom white balance. So for $15 it basically fixes your skin tones and stuff. It makes everything look a little bit less blue. Of course this does depend on what preset you're using that Canon offers, at least for Canon shooters like myself. But with the custom white balance, it does fix up everything. It makes everything look a little bit more natural. Now the next bit of kit I would like to show is actually housed inside of this bag. This is something that, you know, I recently acquired, and then it broke. It is my fault though, and then this is the replacement for that item. And if you're wondering what it is, it's one of my favorite tools to use for any shoot. And it is actually a Steadicam. As you can see, I keep these inserts to prevent it from any breakage. The other one that I broke was entirely my fault though. I basically just dropped it on the floor. So I'm not going to blame the manufacturer. Speaking of which though, by Neewer, this is their Steadicam that they offer. It's a pretty decent Steadicam, or stabilizer, whatever you wish to call it. I got the one that's made of aluminum. They do offer this in carbon fiber as well. And it does do the job pretty damn well. The gimbal, or I guess the bearing specifically, isn't exactly perfect. It has a slight tendency to rotate clockwise ever so slightly sometimes, but it's a rare occurrence, and who knows, maybe it's just because of the ever-changing weather here in Toronto. It could just be that. The mounting plate is decent, everything works well, and everything is decently built with exception to one piece, which would be this piece right here. Oh my god, I gotta cut my nails. But this piece right here is actually made of a plastic, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's actually the piece that broke on my previous one, but you know, it is still a nice item. It does work really well. As you can see, it compresses to a pretty small size, and you can carry it pretty much anywhere. In fact, right now I'm going to put some footage of me using, or not of me. In fact, right now I'm gonna put up some footage of what the fuck am I trying to say? So right now I'm actually going to show you some footage that I took with the Steadicam. And it's kind of big. As you can see, it's pretty much like from my head to my torso. But you know, it does work well. I mean, this is the first time that I will be using this particular one. For those who are wondering, this is pretty much the exact same thing as the Yolngu S60T. It's pretty much the same thing. That's actually going to be it for the whole entire face cam stuff. Let's actually switch over to the tabletop for the next two items. So this is the other thing that I got. This is a Canon Gadget bag. If memory serves, I think this is the SR800. If not, then I'll like put it right around here in the corner. But this is kind of a funny thing, because I got this more so for the battery for my SL2, for a spare battery. And the battery itself would have costed just about 80 bucks, but then with this it was about just about 100 or so. So I thought, hey, for $10 or $20 more, depending on, you know, where you get it, why not, right? You get this extra bag, and I actually really like this. It's made of, you know, your camera bag materials, your nylons, your weaves, stuff like that. And it carries, you know, a decent amount, not a whole lot, but enough for my purposes. And, you know, I don't have much to begin with, right? So, you know, I'll give you a really quick tour on this. It's not going to be one of those what's in my camera bag necessarily videos, but, you know, I have a little bit of gear. So here I put spare SD cards, and up here I put the spare battery as well as a USB cable. Here, I guess, is more interesting. I put the nifty 50. This is where the microphone would go. This is where the camera with the 10 to 18 millimeter lens would go. Here I have the kit lens, which is actually still useful for certain things. A lot of people like to shit on the kit lens. And here is the charger for the batteries. I'll go ahead and zip this back up. The dumb thing about this, as you might be able to hear, is this actually does have these rubber feet on the bottom, and it does help keep, you know, the thing upright for the most part. Here on this side, I believe I had the and the strap's getting in the way now. I believe I have the I have the wide strap. I don't really use it much, but you know, it is nice to have it in case if I do need it. And then stuffed in here is a microfiber cloth. So yeah, it's pretty useful, and it's sort of like a nice bonus because, like I said, I got it for the battery, but it is nice to have this. I will say this though, real quick, is this piece initially when I got it, which is for, you know, your shoulder, is supposed to help get rid of some of the pressure. It initially was pretty stiff, and I kind of had to break it in all honesty, but once you do, it is quite nice. So let's wrap this up and bring out the last item. That's the last item. It's a pretty small item, obviously, as you can see. It's a smartwatch of sorts. And you know, I have opened it up and played with it. The only issue with this really is it just does not function well. It has, you know, like as a watch, you know, it does fine. There we go. It's turning on now, I think. Yeah, it functions fine as a watch, as you can see. The issue is just, as anything else, it struggles with. It could take your phone calls and everything. You can act like a Power Ranger and whatnot. But, you know, for the music player device, for example, it doesn't work. The music player remote doesn't work. The camera remote on this doesn't work. Nothing really works. This basically just tells you the time and can pick up calls. But then it's like, why not just use my phone and conserve some phone battery? And why not just use an actual dedicated watch, right? So yeah, it looks cool. I will give it that. It's a nice simplistic design. It looks cool. It doesn't really function too well. If you're wondering why would you spend your money on something like this, Kirby, I didn't. My dad did, and he gave this to me as a gift. So I am highly appreciative of this piece, and my pops for getting me this. Is just, it's kind of useless. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. The clothing haul will be coming out soon, so look forward to that. But until next time, this has been Kirby Kwan Jr. Y'all know how we do, and I'm out.